should you put your hair in a high ponytail? I wake up and I put water on my hands and go wubba 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 wubba. You think I know anything about styling hair? Why are you asking me? I have no idea. See what I mean, guys? I do my hair and it's just like, I take this hand, comb it through, this hand, comb it through. And then it goes up, and then part of it falls down the middle, and that's fine. Sometimes I do one side more than the other. Sometimes I do the other side. Sometimes I claw it down and I let it do this. When I'm really emo, I get it all on one side and cover my eye. But today I feel like doing this. I don't know. Fun facts about me, going through the rainbow. Yellow. Anything I like about yellow? Yellow. I don't like bananas all that much. Oh, when I was littler, my favorite vegetable was corn. I actually liked how corn tasted. And watermelon, but that counted as a fruit in my eyes. Because we, like, when you have, like, hot dogs, corn on the cob, like pea, or, like, carrots, you know, like a mix of vegetables. You know, like you got your, like, green beans, your carrots, your peas, your corn. And then you got your watermelon and your hot dog, right? When they say eat your vegetables, they don't mean eat the watermelon. So that's why watermelon's a fruit in my book. Otherwise, that would be my favorite vegetable. I love watermelon. I love raspberries more, but watermelon's pretty dang good. But corn was my favorite fruit as a kid. Which is fun because we always had, like my dad at our old house, we had like a garden in the back. It wasn't big, it was sort of a, you know, it was like, we had a fairly large backyard. It was a fairly large garden. We grew a lot of stuff on it, actually. And then we had a raspberry bush, which was the best thing ever. So, okay, when I move out, I want two things. I have to have two things or else I will die. Raspberry bush and cat. Those two things. It's gonna be my life. Yellow's great. You what? Corn? Are you insane? What's wrong with corn? Corn is amazing. Are you kidding me? I still think it's one of the best vegetables. But anyways, we had like rows of corn. So we'd have like, it wasn't a lot. It was rows. I think it was like two or three lanes of like, I don't know, probably from this wall. You guys can't see the wall. Like this wall to this wall. How long is it? 10 feet? I don't know. A few yards, like 3.5 or so, of just corn, like two of those. But I would pretend like I was like a scarecrow in a corn maze. We'd run through it. Sometimes I would tear down a corn and see if it was ready to eat 2 months before it was ready to eat. And my dad did not like that because I was eating all the corn and ruining it because no one enjoyed it. I didn't enjoy it because it wasn't ready. He didn't enjoy it because he lost a thing of corn. But we also had like squash. I think we had pumpkins. We had pumpkins. For the longest time, we would take the pumpkins we grew and use it for Halloween. And ever since we moved, we haven't grown anything. We haven't had pumpkins for Halloween. That's something I'm gonna do with my kids if I ever have kids. I'm gonna do pumpkins every Halloween because that's a ton of fun. It was so much fun. We'd grow our own zucchini and make zucchini bread, raspberries, raspberry chocolate coffee cake. We still make that. Best thing ever. Watermelon is freaking great. I love watermelon. It's like not my favorite, like of a fruit. I love pretty much every fruit except, what's like the watermelon, but cantaloupe. Yeah, watermelon but albino. Cantaloupe I don't like. I don't like cantaloupe. It's like the one fruit I don't really like. There may be a few others. Pineapple I think would be one of my favorite fruits. Pineapples and raspberries. At my graduation, if we ever have a graduation party, if COVID doesn't, you know, but if I have one of those, I'm gonna have just like a glass bowl full of diced pineapple and raspberries, and I'm just gonna camp that. People are gonna say, hi, thanks for like, you so good job, you graduated. I'm like, yeah, and I won't say yeah, I won't thank them or anything. I'll just be shoveling mouthfuls of pineapple and raspberries, and then I'll just grab the bowl and run away and leave, and they'll all be like, it's his graduation party, where'd he go? And I'll be like hiding in my car, just like shoveling handfuls of fruit and blueberries and stuff in there into my mouth, and they'll just be staring through the window just like, is he okay? Corn isn't a vegetable? I mean, technically, anything that has seeds on the outside's a vegetable and on the inside's a fruit, right? Which is why technically tomatoes are fruits. And there's a few ways of qualifying it. For me, whenever we have hot dogs, we have corn, or hamburgers, we have corn, and that's the vegetable for the meal that we have to eat. Like, you have to eat your corn, finish your vegetables. So that's just my opinion on it. Because it's not like, you're not going to have, like, green bean, or, well, maybe. I think we've done that a few times. But you're not going to have, like, a bunch of, like, what's it called? It's long, green, and it has a little thing at the end. And it's a vegetable. It's not one of those. It's like different, you know? I think corn's a vegetable in my book. Like, you wouldn't have corn and then something else. Asparagus, that's the word. You wouldn't have corn and asparagus unless it was like a combo. Like, you wouldn't have two separate things of corn and asparagus, right? I mean, some people maybe. I would never. So, I mean, it serves as a vegetable in my book, right? Yeah. Itchy nose. Yeah, I just had dinner. It was Thai green curry chicken. So it was like coconut milk rice, which is the most unhealthy but delicious rice ever. So good. You put cilantro in that. Best thing ever. Amazing. So warm. It's like it's giving you a giant hug while you eat it. So like you're wrapped up in a blanket while you eat that food. It's the best thing ever. And then some like chicken with like Thai green. I don't know what it's called, but like the stuff, the curry. That's what it's called. The chicken and the curry and the seasoning and whatnot. That and then a few vegetables. It was so good. I like that meal. It's not as great as pasta, but it's a good meal. I don't like coconuts. So, I've only tried coconut once, and I didn't even try the meat. I tried the milk because I had a loose tooth because I was little, and I couldn't I couldn't bite into it. I physically couldn't bite into it, and I wanted to do it. Like, from what I could feel of it, it had a cool texture. So I still haven't tasted coconut, but I did get to drink some coconut milk. Took a sip, immediately went inside running for the sink. The sink, it was at like a friend's house or whatever, family friend's house. Ran inside, the sink was full of dishes. I didn't know if I could spit. Spent 2 minutes with this disgusting taste in my mouth, looking for a sink that was free. Before I saw, like, you know what, screw it. I'm gonna spit coconut milk all over their dishes. And so I did. And I was like, ugh. And then I couldn't find water to wash it down. And I don't know, it's been a long time. I was pretty little. Like, this was when I was losing my teeth. Like, it was one of my front teeth, I think. Like, you know when you lose these teeth? So okay, something not many people remember? Do you guys remember when you would bite food with the front of your mouth? And then when your teeth grew in, and you learned to eat with the sides? Like, and then you never went back? Like, I remember my mom saying, yeah, you'll eat with the side, and you'll learn to like it, and you'll never go back. And I'm like, no, I'll definitely eat with, and I don't eat with the front teeth anymore. Like, the only time I ever use my front teeth is when I'm eating meat, you know? Like, you know, because that's just how it is. Sharp teeth for meat, crushers for everything else. It's so weird because it's such a tiny detail, but everyone's gone through it. But not many people, like I'm sure they'd remember if you mentioned it, but they're not like going through their day-to-day lives thinking, I used to eat with my front two teeth. Kind of weird. Like, I don't even know why I thought of it. It's so weird. I was such a weird child, eating with your front two teeth. I don't know. I feel like coconuts always seemed like it would be this really cool thing because like tropical islands, you know, you always see people drinking like the straw with like the umbrella out of a coconut. And you're like, wow, it must be like a fancy Hawaiian drink. Like as a kid, I always imagined it would taste like Hawaiian punch, like the Capri Sun, like fruit punch Capri Sun. And then I tasted it, and it just tasted like bad milk. Like I don't remember what it tasted like, but that was when I was little, I thought like that was the distinct thought. This tastes like bad milk, and I didn't like milk as a kid. I like it now. I didn't like it then. So it was like a bad food that I didn't like already. So I was like, it was a big disappointment, honestly. Dude, now I want Capri Sun. Capri Sun is the only drink that you can drink it, and for a solid 20 seconds, you will be cured of all depression while you drink Capri Sun. So theoretically, if you spend your entire life savings and buy Capri Sun in bulk, you will never be depressed. That's how logic works, correct? Kool-Aid is better than Capri. You take that back. You take that back. This is heresy. Kool-Aid is not better than Capri Sun. Oh my goodness. No. Okay, that's fair. I've never had Kool-Aid really, so I just grew up on Capri Sun. So that's my childhood memories. It's like the blissful days when I would be sunny outside, you'd drink a Capri Sun, go to the park, like ride your bike to the park and fly a kite. It sounds like such a generic kid thing, but I did it all the time and it was so fun. Freaking loved it. Is there Capri Sun in Canada? Best thing ever. Oh my gosh, I would sell my soul to get Capri Sun. Oh, Yahoo Answers. Hold on. Can you buy the juice Capri Sun in Canada? If so, where? I cannot find it anywhere. One answer. I vaguely do not forget listening to About This Before. Hold on. Let me try to narrate this. Eliana asked in Food and Drink Non-Alcoholic section 9 years ago, can you buy Capri Sun in Canada? Anonymous answered 4 years later, 5 years ago. And I quote, I vaguely do not forget listening to About This Before. But I've also opened a can on Mount Dew that had what appeared like a loogie floating on the high, and lots of different gross occurrences. I've 3 bins of exceptional flavors of Capri Solar left in the fridge downstairs. They had been on sale at OK Mart for $188 per box with coupon, so I got the 5 limit max. I don't purchase them very ordinarily. My youngsters pick apple juice exceedingly, but with it being baseball season, they are handy to toss in a cooler. I think they had a strong trying to read this, or I had a strong trying to read this. They're gonna die. I think they died while they wrote this, like mid-sentence. So I feel like this is a very unreliable Yahoo answer from Anonymous who can't type English. I vaguely do not forget listening to About This Before, but I've also opened a can on Mount Dew. I don't know why they incorporated Mountain Dew into this, but they phrased it like it was its own mountain, like on Mount Dew. And there's a loogie floating on the high, and lots of different gross occurrences. I'm gonna take this as, they said that they had been on sale at Kmart, so maybe they're in Canada? Maybe? I'm not trusting a single thing that this article says. I'm just gonna go ahead and say maybe they're not. Energy drinks, Ninja Milk. I've never had an energy drink. I think I almost had Monster Energy drink once because they were giving out free things at like a race, like a running race, you know, that my mom was in. But you needed like a parent to say yes, and my parents were like, you are 12 years old, you are not having Monster Energy. You will go off the walls and you will murder someone. Probably yourself. So I've never had an energy drink. I keep hearing people talk about Ninja Milk, and I'm super interested. It actually is spelled with an E. You've never wanted to drink an energy? Yeah, I've never had that desire either. You know, like, you know the whole Kyle stereotype, Monster Energy drink, backwards baseball hat, obsessed with anime body pillows, all that stuff. You know, I've never had the desire. I just feel like soda or a juice. Oh, guys, one more thing before I boot up the game. I made this in AP Studio Art. It's a Turk E. You know, we made it during Thanksgiving. Proudly by me, an AP art student. You can't read any of this. Proudly by me, an AP art student. And there's tape, feathers. I don't know, you can't really see it, but it's my Turbiki.
Came up short today. Feels like I fell 1,000 times. Nothing but doubt to flood my mind.